For this assignment, I'm going to compare the cash conversion cycles of Barnes & Noble and Amazon. According to Barnes & Noble's income statement, Barnes & Noble's has annual sales of $5,121,804,000 and cost of goods sold of $3,540,596,000. The average daily sales of a company is equal to its annual sales divided by 365 days in a year. Barnes & Noble's average daily sales is $14,032,339.73. Average daily purchases are equal to the cost of goods sold divided by 365. In Barnes & Noble's case, the average daily purchases are $9,700,263.01. Now let's take a look at Barnes & Noble's balance sheet. The company has inventories of $1,203,471,000, accounts receivable of $80,998,000, and accounts payable of $746,599,000. A company's inventory conversion period is equal to its inventory divided by sales per day. In Barnes & Noble's case, the inventory conversion period is 85.76 days. Receivables collection period is equal to receivables divided by sales divided by 365. Their receivables collection period is 5.77 days. Payables deferral period is the payables divided by cost of goods sold divided by 365. Barnes & Noble's payables deferral period is 76.97 days. The cash conversion cycle is what we're looking for here. The cash conversion cycle is the inventory conversion period plus receivables collection period minus payables deferral period. For Barnes & Noble, the cash conversion cycle is 14.56 days. We'll compare this to Amazon's value and see what it means. According to Amazon's income statement, Amazon has sales of $24,509,000,000 and cost of goods sold of $18,978,000,000. Using the formula as I showed earlier, we calculated that their inventory conversion period is 32.33 days, the receivables collection period is 14.71 days, and the payables deferral period is 107.8 days. This means that Amazon's cash conversion cycle is negative 60.76 days. We'll see what this means in a few slides. Now let's compare the cash conversion cycles of the two companies. The cash conversion cycle for Amazon is much lower than the cash conversion cycle for Barnes & Noble. This is mostly because Amazon's inventory conversion period is much higher and payables deferral period much lower than Barnes & Noble's. These differences aren't caused by the individual companies as much as they're caused by the changing nature of the retail industry. Online booksellers such as Amazon are quickly making the need for physical bookstores obsolete. Because of this shift, Barnes & Noble is no longer able to compete with online retailers. Now let's interpret the results we got. A company's cash conversion cycle is a general measure of how efficiently that company is run. More specifically, it refers to the firm's amount of time between spending and collecting cash. The fact that Amazon's cash conversion cycle is negative and Barnes & Noble's is positive means that Amazon collects from customers faster than it pays suppliers, while Barnes & Noble pays suppliers faster than it collects from customers. While these cycles may not be sustainable indefinitely, Amazon generates more working capital, which is beneficial to shareholders.